I can hear you now.
Wait.
What?
No.
What?
Falcore.
What?
Falcore, that is seriously...
It's I'm Beardageddon. You know the streamer Beardageddon?
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to stream for some time now, but I used the nickname Captain Falcore because I was hoping that people would start watching my stream more often because I'm not a very good streamer and I smell a bit like foot cheese. Hey, you beautiful buccaneers, Falcore here. So ever since the release of the fiery Devil's Roar, the community has been asking for an ice zone. Now, I personally think there are far better biomes that could be added rather than a frozen tundra, but if an ice zone were to be added, what would be the best way for this to be implemented? So to start with, a few of you may have noticed this map cruising around several forums and Twitter posts. This is actually a fan-made map made by a Sea of Thieves forum user called Shoot Here for XP. The map proposes new zones added to the main game map, one of which being the frozen tundra. Now, although I think expanding the map is a great idea, there are two problems with this. Firstly, because the game has to operate on 8-year-old technology, the original Xbox One, and be functional in crossplay across different devices, the game could simply not operate with all these new extra zones added on the dated console technology. Secondly, as there are only ever 6-player ships on a server at one time, making the map bigger would mean the chances of finding another ship would be drastically decreased to the point of never seeing anyone for an entire 8-hour play session. So map expansion like this will sadly never be a thing. But thanks to the new portal system added in the Pirate's Life, we can now travel to new maps, new zones, and new horizons. Now, if they did tag on an ice zone, I think the worst way it could be done is how it was done with the Devil's Roar. The Devil's Roar is essentially a copy and paste of the regular zones, with added ambient threats such as hot water, volcanoes, and geysers. Or is it geysers? Hot floofs. But it's exactly the same thing. Get faction quest, sail to marker, get loot, come back, done. With some reskinned enemies and reskinned loot. If it was like this with an ice zone, the novelty would soon wear off within the first 2 weeks of play. So introducing a new playstyle. We have Tall Tales, we have Voyages, and now we have Expeditions. Expeditions will send us to multiplayer areas outside of the game world where you can still encounter enemy players. But the goal of the expedition essentially changes the playstyle into a team-based PvEVP mission. 3 to 4 ships can join the expedition, and it's up to these crews whether they want to help each other out or fight each other for the loot. Once the expedition is started, you and your crew sail through the portal and find yourself in a new icy tundra where the only true enemy is the elements, guiding your crew and your ship through frozen waters, breaking ice along the way, to your eventual destination, a large frozen peninsula. With no real ambient threats to worry about, your crew will have to plan the trip accordingly. And this new land is pretty big, bigger than anything seen before in the Sea of Thieves. As your crew make their way through the frozen wastes, you'll discover that the island itself is the biggest threat, battling off the cold with a new temperature system, venturing through icy blizzards, avalanches, and snow traps to your eventual goal to find ancient treasure. But remember, you're not the only crew there. Your ship is vulnerable as you venture back with your haul, so where you park your ship when starting the expedition will be your first strategy. Thankfully, the huge island is filled with several hiding places, so it'll be up to you and your crew to find the best one. The enemy crew will also need to battle the elements if they wish to steal the precious cargo from you. The expedition ends when the first crew sails back through the portal with the ancient loot. Now, obviously there are some balancing issues that come to mind with this new mission type, such as spawn camping, alliance servers cheesing it, etc, etc. But as a general idea, I think expeditions could work really well in Sea of Thieves. Think of them like team-based games you see in other titles, such as Dread Hunger or Dying Light. A PvE sandbox with the threat of PvP ruining your team's plans at any point. It also opens the doors for new expeditions to be added in different areas, such as a desert biome, tropical biomes, even the Sea of the Damned. Expeditions are basically team-based PvE adventures with the threat of PvP, where the organic nature of the game still thrives and can be tackled in an array of different ways, which differ greatly to the core gameplay mechanics of Adventure Mode, giving players a new way to play Sea of Thieves which incorporates the mechanics of other popular titles. What do you think of this game mode idea, and how would you add new game modes? Leave your comments down below. But until next time, sailors, fair winds and calm tides.